What is up, you awesome CistReactZ, CistReactZ guys? Today we're reacting to Game Theory, The Monster in the Shadows, Poppy Playtime Chapter 2. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to Game Theory, and comment down below. I think this is like one of the first Poppy Theory videos I've ever watched. But before we get into today's reaction video, we have to check out our sponsor, which is the coldest water. It makes your cold water up to 36 hours. It gives you no sweat technology, which means water's not going to be spilling from the top. This floats in large bodies of water, so if you want to take this to the beach with you, have a drink. There you go. Links to the coldest water are at the top of the description. Alright, let's get into this. Blah!
It's been so long.
That scared the hell out of me.
So good to see you again. Well, not good, really. Don't say
Sorry, I had to switch the audio.
Mommy knows.
Oh, God.
You thought you could just walk right in here, didn't you? As if nothing ever happened.
Did they actually get the voice, or is that like
Well,
somebody else?
All dead, all of them. And you did that. Tried to live knowing that for whatever brief time.
Oh, God. Not MatPat.
But hey, that's just a theory, right? A theory.
How was she able to secrete
theory.
spider webs anyway?
Theory.
Oh my God. MatPat just got killed by Mommy.
Welcome to Game Theory, the show that's been popular for 11 years but still hasn't landed a movie deal.
That's
Don't know why
crazy.
I felt like mentioning it here. On a completely unrelated note,
Game
a few
Theory,
weeks
the
ago, we
movie.
finally saw the release of Poppy
A man's
Playtime
mental collapse on
Chapter 2,
theories.
Fly in a Web.
No,
This thing-
no. I'm so sorry that I talked over that, but I heard it. But no, let's actually think about a movie pitch for MatPat. Like, bro, imagine a guy who just keeps on thinking about game after game after game. He just starts killing people, you know? Like, his mind's shattered. He thought about games too much, ruined his life by just starting to murder people. Like, make a movie off that, Matt. Like, just do something like that. All right? That's what you gotta do.
was longer than a tech demo, so hey, big
Feature me
wins
too.
over part
I made the
one.
idea.
But no, the team wasn't content to stop there. Poppy Playtime's
What do you guys think a Game Theory movie should be?
Beyond, requiring players to master not just one, but two different gameplay styles. Whack-a-mole and Simon Says.
Blue, yellow, we're violet.
I never knew that button was behind me.
Is required to have a
was
Simon
cheap.
Says segment for some reason.
I'm of course being facetious about the whole thing. This new chapter actually offered a lot of awesome stuff. Cool
Too many puzzles, though.
Chases, and an oversized plush toy failing to pull a lever. The animation is so adorable.
My brain is small, that's why I don't like puzzles.
That all day. Oh, and there are also collectible trophies now. Really challenging collectible trophies that'll push you to the limits of your gamer senses.
Any secret trophies or anything that we see up here? Any secret
This man,
trophies?
I was going to say, this man missed one right there.
But we all know why we're really here. It's not for the gameplay innovation or the collectibles. It's for the hidden notes.
The Riddler
and cryptic
trophies, oh
clues.
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves some lore to decipher. And spoiler
Uh-oh.
alert, Poppy isn't who we thought she was.
Well,
First,
definitely,
here's what
after
you need
playing
to
the
know to
game.
understand today's theory. Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 focused on us, the player, returning to an abandoned toy factory in order to save some employees that went missing there 10 years ago.
I can't believe Huggy
We're
was
told
just
via
there,
mysterious
standing
note
there,
that we have
waiting
to
for
find
somebody.
The flower.
What a
Several
weirdo.
puzzles and one giant Muppet chase later, we find the flower in the form of a giant wall mural of a poppy. Inside is a replica of a house and a doll named Poppy Playtime, locked away inside of a glass case. And of course, we set her free without a second thought because players in video games have never seen a horror movie before. Anyway,
Apparently
Chapter
so.
2 picks up
I don't even know why he didn't
immediately
leave.
afterward. Poppy agrees to help us activate a train that'll help us get out of the factory. So much for wanting to help save the
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, seeing Huggy just standing there, like, just waving, like, I would have left, like, first second. Hell, I would have left after the VHS told you to leave. Like, I'm not gonna deal with a big blue Muppet chasing me. And plus, didn't the player work at this place? That's what they revealed in Chapter 2. So how would he not know that's the actual Huggy just waving? That wasn't just a sign or something. What?
those missing
That-
employees.
now that I really
Hey,
just
if
thought
a
about
creepy
that.
talking doll starts offering me ways to
Let me let
not
MatPat
be
talk,
around
though.
the creepy talking doll, I'm gonna take that offer. But of course, things are never quite that easy. Mommy Longlegs, a giant stretchy toy spider, takes Poppy hostage and forces us to play 3 minigames in her game station in order to unlock each part of the train's code. Eventually, we break out of our game.
Wuggy was so annoying.
Complete sicko mode and chase us through a narrow escape sequence. Where have I seen something like that before? In the end, she gets caught in a grinder and her remains are dragged away by
Thankfully.
a mysterious claw. We rescue Poppy, get on the train, but surprise, surprise, she betrays us, crashing the train and forcing us
I was
even
expecting that,
deeper
though.
into the factory. So those are the highlights from the chapter, but we're still left with a lot of
Player never
overarching
gets an
questions.
ally in these
Who are
games.
we? Where are these missing employees we're so concerned about? What's
They all
the true
died. I
nature
mean,
of the
did you
toys,
not see
and
Huggy?
who's
They ate his
secretly
face.
pulling the strings
Or they
behind all
Huggy
of
ate their
this?
faces.
Well, I think I have the answers to each and every one of those questions, and the last one is probably the best place to start. As I just
Who's
talked
pulling
about,
the
after
strings?
defeating Mommy, we see her remains get dragged away by a mysterious claw.
No, not
No,
William
not
Afton.
Burn Trap's claw, but also, yeah, kind of Burn Trap's claw.
No.
The hand we see pull Mommy away is very different from all the other designs.
Unless
that
he had
we've
actual
encountered in the game
claws.
So far. Most of the toys that we fight are brightly colored, made of plastic or
God,
fur, and,
that
you
Huggy
know,
model,
look
where
like
did that come
actual
from?
Toys.
Scary.
This thing, though, is dark, mechanical, and could poke your eye out. It's like an erector
Jesus.
set on steroids. And that's not all. If you zoom in and enhance the image of the claw, you can actually make out that there's organic material mixed in there. Bones
What?
and maybe even some veins mixed in with the metallic parts. So yeah, the comparison to Spring Trap, Burn Trap, call them whatever you want, it isn't that much of a joke. But what is this biomechanic hybrid doing within the context of Poppy? Well, back
Probably
in
trying to
chapter
escape.
1, we discovered the final
As
VHS
they always
tape,
do.
which cataloged the results of experiment 1006, nicknamed the Prototype.
Final log in relation. Experiment 1.
Oh yeah, I heard these tapes on Wiki, I think.
The prototype.
Yeah.
Coordination and cooperation is evidently within his skill set, as well as the skill set of all other experiments of his type.
This, along
Yeah,
with
that thing
the
is way
streak
too
that
smart
said
for its own good. I don't know why the hell they made
1006
it.
Isn't he wonderful? Led us to believe
They were
in a
wildin'
previous
for
theory
making
our
that.
Big blue boy Huggy Wuggy was the prototype, since, you know, he was kind of the only character that we met in chapter 1, Occam's razor and all that. However, take a look at the hand on the TV screen that we see during that VHS recording. Look familiar? We see that hand appear again in yet another VHS tape in chapter 2.
Log code
Oh, yeah, videos from him too?
08502 in relation.
I only listened to the audio.
Experiment 1006. The prototype. The prototype
Yeah, that
seems to
thing-
possess an unprecedented level of intelligence beyond that of all
Oh,
other test
when I was saying that thing is smart, I meant the prototype. I don't know if I specified that. I didn't mean the Huggy one. I know Huggy is like loyal. That's his trait.
1170, Huggy Wuggy.
And that he eats
The
faces.
optimal outcome due to his sufficient intelligence paired with maximum obedience.
Obviously,
Oh,
this
and
outlet
intelligence,
tells
I
us
guess.
that Huggy isn't experiment 1006, and that it's
Gosh.
instead the owner of this mysterious claw. So that's what the prototype is, but what makes it so special? Well, during that same VHS, we also hear how the prototype takes apart an alarm clock and uses it to make a laser pointer. In
Yeah,
short, it's
somehow.
smart and
Like,
it's able to repurpose things.
how are they able to do that?
His concern in this moment. She's gonna be
God.
reused and repurposed by this entity in order to help the monster.
Thank God she
escape.
wasn't the
I
smart
don't know,
one,
makes you
right?
wonder if the veins and bones were how this creature was originally designed, or maybe that's what happened to all the other missing employees. Their bodies were added
God,
to
the
the machine.
amalgamation.
It's interesting. In our last theory, we predicted that Mommy Longlegs would be adding the bodies of dead toys to herself in order to become stronger. We were
What?
right about the concept, just looks like we were wrong about who it applied to. As for how this thing is gonna wind up looking, anyone remember Sid from Toy Story 1? Sounds
Never
like
watched
we
a
might have
single
found
one.
One of his creations. So right now it looks like the prototype 1006 is gonna be our overarching villain for the franchise, taking pieces and parts of the other toys and
Oh,
maybe
God.
even pieces and parts of other people to grow stronger. That being said, one toy that doesn't appear to have been added to the prototype yet is Huggy Wuggy. He may not have appeared explicitly
hope
in
not.
this chapter, but hints of him
Terrifying
are hidden
creature.
around. When you go
I
into
wanna
the
see him
chapter's
again.
water treatment room, if you look carefully, you can see some blue fur that's scattered around the pipes along.
Bro, I didn't even notice that when I was playing, but I do not want to see that again. That thing was horrifying. Did y'all not see those teeth? Did you not see him drooling because he wanted some food? Some human flesh? I don't want to, bro.
Alongside
Oh
trails
my
of
God,
blood.
bro.
This
Why do I
appears to be the
talk,
room that
ever?
Huggy fell through at the end of the last chapter, and would seem to imply that Huggy picked himself up and went full-on sus mode by venting away, waiting to return until a future chapter. Which honestly makes
Oh
sense.
my
He can't die yet.
God.
He's basically the mascot of the franchise. Who even cares about Poppy at this point? I mean, me. I do, because lol.
Yeah, it's like, when you kind of think about it, it's like calling it Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, but they have Bonnie on the cover of the game, you know? Like,
but I feel like I'm definitely in the minority on that one. Speaking of Poppy, let's talk about her, shall we? I mean, it is her name on the title screen after all. This isn't Kissy Missy playtime or Cat Bee playtime, you know? Well, mere hours after Chapter 2 came out, the fan community did what the fan community gonna do. They dug into the game files. And by doing so, they discovered an early build of this chapter hidden away. And while the game itself is still basically the same, the end is where things get real interesting. Normally, you get on the train and Poppy gives you this sinister speech about how
that just made me jump a tiny bit.
Betrays us and
Editing
sends
is
us
all over.
hurtling deeper into the factory for reasons that are kept pretty darn vague.
Terrible things have happened. But I know that whatever I need you to do, you're capable.
However, in
Why is
the
she
cut
talking
version of
like
this
that,
monologue,
bro?
we actually get a bit more detail on her motivations.
You have so much potential. I know
Wait, the cut audio looks?
Motivations. However, in the cut version of this monologue, we actually get a bit more
Why do they keep cutting stuff out of video games? I bet you this is gonna sound so much better than the original game.
detail on her motivation.
Or I should say, like, I don't want to say so much better than the original game. I don't want to sound like too rude, but like, I bet you this did not need to be cut out because it was that good.
You have so much potential. I know you came to find the ones who had disappeared all those years ago.
See, this gives us so much more to think about.
They're gone. They've been
And it sounds
gone
creepy.
for a long time. Terrible things have happened, and I am the cause. Being able to exist as a doll, it has killed so many people.
Now,
See,
interpreting
that
cut
goes
content is always
hard.
gonna be a tricky science. Do you use it? Do you not? How do you use it? Here, I'm only pointing
That
it out
goes
because
hard.
this seems to confirm one of our original theories, that Poppy is the reason all of this is happening. She literally says that because she was able to exist as a doll,
But I'm gonna guess they didn't use it because Matt was using like a canon/not canon graph. Because they have to think about that type of stuff when using it. I'm assuming this revealed too much and probably was spoiler material, so that's probably why they didn't use it. But still, it still goes hard. I like the sound of that, you know?
people died, which tells us two things. One, that she's been around since the very beginning. She knows about the experimentation that's being done on humans. She's witnessed it all.
A lot of FNAF references today. FNAF just applies
FNAF,
everywhere.
we hear you. You're very special. You did it first. Second,
I love how the
seems
audio
to
just,
tell
like,
us that
went to the
Poppy
other
isn't
headphone.
Who we originally thought.
Good
Loyal
editing.
Theorists will remember that last time we predicted that former employee Stella Graber was the person whose body and spirit were used to build Poppy. In Chapter 1, we found a VHS
How do they even
tape
fit a
talking
whole
about her
person in
desire to
there?
Stay young and her love of children.
Did they put
which
a
all
brain
but
in there or
seemed to
something?
scream, "Make me into an undying doll monster." However, after the clues seeded out in this chapter, we know for a fact that she's no longer a candidate. When we first enter the game station, we're greeted by Stella's voice.
Hi, kids. Welcome to the game station. I'm Stella, and we've got 3 super-duper fun games.
Her name also appears on the bottom of a document outlining how to test children using the various game station
I'm an
modules.
idiot for not
Quote,
noticing
"Give all
that."
reports to Ms. Stella Graber to sort through. So Stella was clearly involved
I went
with
back and seen
whatever
all the lore, I
experimentation was
think.
going on at Playtime Co. And since these experiments were started because the living doll Poppy existed in the first place, Stella can't be Poppy. In that same document, we also see references to Mommy Longlegs. Now, if you look closely at the Mommy Longlegs commercial that plays
Horrifying.
at the top of the chapter, you can see that it's dated 1991. Poppy was meant to be the first living toy developed back in 1950. Therefore, if Stella was
Dang.
alive around the time of Mommy Longlegs, then she couldn't possibly be inside Poppy. So if Poppy isn't Stella, then who is she? Well, early in Chapter 2, we visit Elliot Ludwig's office, founder of Playtime Co. It's here that we learn that he
Oh.
experienced a tragic family
Was
loss
his.
sometime in the 1960s.
In the 1960s, an unfortunate family death had pushed Ludwig down to his lowest.
This loss is what
Dang.
spurred him to work harder and build an empire around his toys. Now, it's not actually clear who this family member was. You would suspect his kid, right? Kid dies or is dying and he finds a way to make her into a living toy. Yeah, I am broken. I will put you back together. Thank
God
you,
dang it.
FNAF. Go and do something else with your life. Make your lore more sensible. Stop
FNAF hurt him
trying to
so
butt into
much.
other people's narratives,
FNAF
okay?
hurt him
Other
so
people's
much.
very similar narratives.
FNAF hurt him so much, bro. Oh.
Anyway, as I was saying, you would suspect that he's doing this for his kid, right? And that's who Poppy is. It's his daughter. But there's a wrinkle to that, and it's not coming from the game, but rather the
FNAF
game's
made his
website.
brain
You see,
just
we
go
know
away,
via
bro.
a newspaper article hidden on the About
Makes you
section
think too
of the
much.
Playtime Company's merch website that Elliot's wife
I love
divorced
Matt
him in 1930. This means that if
Oh.
a child came from that relationship, that biological son or daughter would have been in their 20s or 30s when Poppy was created. It seems a bit old, to be honest. The
Comes the
loss
Matt
could have
Pat.
been a grandchild. That's definitely a
Analyzation. characterization.
But for me, I think the most likely option was that it was an adopted daughter. In Chapter 1, we see a lot of posters hanging on the walls talking about Playtime Co.'s adoption initiative. What if that program was initially started because Elliot had an adopted child himself, and he wanted to bring that joy to other families, thereby modeling it in those Playtime Company values. And then, when his daughter dies or is suffering, he, you know, has to find a way to put her back together. So, his adopted child dies tragically, and he tries something to revive her, probably
God
by
dang it.
fusing her with Poppy. And it works. Something he does works. She's in the doll, but he's not exactly sure what he did. Might I suggest trying Remnant or Agate?
Oh my
sorry,
God.
sorry, now I'm just going out of my way to do it. Anyway,
Yeah.
is unsure based on a note that we find in Elliot's office in Chapter 2. This note talks about Experiment 814, in which they try to bring rats back to life using the poppy flower.
Wait,
My
what?
suspicion is that this is because he was somehow able to revive his daughter inside of Poppy, a doll who we're told
God,
has the
that
essence
face.
of poppy flower built into her hair. This is also why we find Poppy hidden in the glass case. It's so his daughter can be preserved, protected, and also studied. It's because he saw it was possible, and then he went on to repeat it, which is why he's so happy about his wonderful experiment 1006, the prototype. After nearly 200 additional experiments post poppy flowers and rats, this is where he finally cracks the code. He's brought things to life, but the prototype is too smart.
The
It
heck?
escapes and doesn't obey orders, sending the factory into chaos. This is why we hear that Huggy Wuggy is actually the perfect creation, because he's smart, but he's also obedient.
Experiment 1170, Huggy Wuggy, remains the optimal outcome due to his sufficient intelligence paired with maximum obedience.
And that, my friends, is the story of how everything started at Playtime Co. We now know that Elliot Ludwig's adopted
Dolls
daughter
coming to
is likely
life.
the entity inside the Poppy doll. and
That's
that our
never good.
overarching villain for the series is the
me just look at
prototype,
FNAF.
the first successful recreation
Yeah, I did my
of
joke
that
too.
technology, of bringing something back to life. A toy that steals and uses the pieces and parts of other things to make itself stronger. But there's still lots more to discover here. Who or what is inside the other toys? Are they employees or are they something else? What about the mysterious death
Probably
screens that we see
employees.
each time we die? What are they trying to tell us? If people
Probably the
are
days of the
inside
prototype,
toys,
since
then
it keeps
what about the
mentioning it
prototype? Is
heavily in
someone
Chapter 2.
important, or is it just a random collection of people? And probably the biggest question of all, who are we in relation to all of this? I suspect
Apparently
that
a
I may have
worker.
figured out our character's name and possible role in the company, but answers to that and more we'll have to wait for next
Dang,
time.
that's
just because
crazy.
I have a few other things that I want to double check inside the game first. So make sure you grab pack that subscribe button to guarantee that you see our second part.
Yeah, guys, make sure you guys grab pack the CistReactZ subscribe button. Thank you, Matt Pet, for telling everybody that. He's such a goat. Anyway, guys, so yeah, if you guys want me to react to more Poppy Playtime theories, Poppy Playtime videos, or Poppy Playtime animations, anything like that, make sure you guys hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe for more Come Kister today, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.